Some mistakes don't ruin your life in the moment. It's only when you realize what you threw away. The year is 2009. A young IT worker in Newport, Wales sits at his desk experimenting with a strange new open source project called Bitcoin. It isn't money, it isn't an investment, it's a curiosity, a digital puzzle people mine for fun. He runs the software on an old laptop, generates 7,500 coins, and then forgets about them. By 2013, the laptop is gone, and the hard drive holding the private keys are buried in a drawer. And during a house cleanout, he tosses it into a black garbage bag without a second thought. The bag goes outside, the truck arrives, metal jaws close. The drive disappears into the waste stream. And later that week, he reads a news story about Bitcoin's sudden surge in value. And he does the math. And he realizes exactly what he threw away. He drives to the local landfill and the air is sharp. The wind cuts across a sprawling field of compacted waste, a landscape that shifts every hour as new loads arrive. And somewhere beneath that moving mountain lies the hard drive that he tossed away without even thinking. He calls the waste facility and they confirm the timeline. His load arrived days ago. It's already buried under meters of compressed trash. And even if he knew the exact section, the drive could be crushed, corroded, or folded into layers of earth. He asks for permission to dig and they refuse. Too dangerous, too expensive, too uncertain. The landfill is constantly shifting, and an excavation could destabilize the entire site. But he can't let it go. And the truth settles in. His future is buried under a mountain that he can't reach. The next year, he petitions again. 10 years later, Bitcoin surges. News outlets revisit the story. The format changes. Drone footage shows the landfill, and reporters gather at the fence. And the system remains. Every surge, the value climbs. The story returns, and the landfill grows deeper. Today, the drive is still buried, and the fortune is still lost. Picture him standing at the edge of the landfill, hands in his pockets, wind pushing against his coat, a man staring at a mountain holding the version of his life that he'll never reach. That image became a symbol of the digital age. Wealth that exists everywhere and nowhere, real and unreal at the same time. A fortune the size of a deck of cards, and a future erased by a morning of cleaning. And beneath it all, a reminder that the digital world doesn't forgive. It only remembers the choices we make, and the ones we throw away. But what if he kept the drive? What if he placed it in a drawer? And what if he paused one more second before tossing it away? No landfill, no petitions, no headlines, and no haunting what-ifs. He opens the drive years later, and the coins are there, untouched and waiting. He pays off debts, buys a home, takes care of his family, and builds a life without the weight of scarcity. No cautionary tale, no symbol of digital fragility, just a quiet fortune and a quiet life. But remove that one choice, that one bag carried out to the curb, and the story becomes something else entirely. So think about your life. What small, forgettable decision changed your path? What moment did you toss aside, only to realize later what it could have become. Share your story in the comments below, and if you would like to explore more of these ripples in history and in life, please hit subscribe and join me on the Ripple Trace.